Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
What's going on, Habibis? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Mujahed Kobbe.
We're the Habibi Bros. Welcome to another episode of Habibi Power Hour.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, Habibi.
February 20th, 2024.
Yeah, it is the 20th.
Half of the year's already gone, Jay.
I know. It's
crazy.
ridiculous. I mean, I know we're just saying this is like just February, but pretty soon it's going to be June. And then, 2 weeks after that, I'm going to kill myself.
Yes.
Time flies.
That is the hope and the dream.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So Habibis, get settled here. I don't know what to make of tonight's show, Jay. There's a whole lot of weird stuff going on.
I know. It's been kind of wild. I mean, you would think some of the news would be bigger than it is, should be bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Like what's his name? Navalny. Alexander?
He's not
Alex.
Arab, Jay.
Was it Alex?
Alexei Navalny.
Alexei
Navalny.
So it was the opposition leader for Putin.
Yeah.
Putin.
Yeah, I think the weird thing about that is the mysterious circumstances and the fact that we don't have much information coming out about it.
What would be really funny is the way these keep on going on. It's how Putin answers these questions. When an opposition leader dies, he's just like, "Oh, life happens."
Yeah, so it's like the Wagner group. He's like, these things happen,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aircraft flight failure to the point of where you shoot a rocket and it circles around and hits your own tail.
Yeah,
that happens all the time.
Shit happens.
That's the great Russian engineering.
In Soviet Russia, shit happens to you.
In Soviet Russia, a missile hits you.
Wait, that's actually accurate.
Yeah, and we just saw that. The funny thing is, not the funny. Well, yeah, the most hilarious thing is that we got to see it live on TV. Like somebody was making a TikTok of it, and you just saw the rocket go in and hit the guy in the tail. World War III is going to be wild, dude.
It really is
wild because you're going to have somebody who's going to try and who's going to do a kill or like a hat trick and then start doing a TikTok dance in the middle of it.
I can see how that.
Absolutely, we can see that happening. Something's happening like that similarly with the Helldivers 2. It's taken social media.
What a fucking segue right there. You go from Navalny all the way to Helldivers 2.
I know, dude. And it was like a seamless fucking thing too, huh? I'm seasoned. I'm seasoned with these segues.
A seasoned vet. Yes. Well, Alexei Navalny, who was look, Putin has been the president for 25 years.
Yes. Quarter of a century.
They have been pegging this guy Navalny as the main opposition leader.
I love when you peg me.
The media did not. Wait, what?
So the media, you're saying the media pegged him as the opposition leader?
Oh, you mean pegging me?
No.
Jay, it's a week after Valentine's Day. Wait, I pegged you?
We'll settle this.
Yeah, we'll settle this after in a would you rather. Anyways, Jay.
So wait, are you saying the media got this guy killed? Because honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put it past him. The guy was probably just trying to live his life. He's just like, you know what, Putin, I don't like this one thing you do. And then the media was like, this guy's going after Putin.
He is the opposition. He's the opposition leader.
It could have been, Putin, you shouldn't use a knife and fork when eating a pizza. That's the opposition. That
honestly,
it's
of all the things to oppose Putin on, encouraging to eat pizza with a fork and knife, I would advocate for him to be sent to a gulag.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I mean, that's why you see the heroic nature that Alexei was going through when it came to Putin.
So dude was only what, 47? 10 years older than us.
Dude, that's fucking wild.
And he was incarcerated at an IK3 penal colony, penal, north of the Arctic Circle, located in Karp in the Yamalo-Nenets region, about 1,200 miles northeast of Moscow. So really fucking north. So they announced his death on what was it, February 16th? That was what, Friday? And everybody lost their shit. Now, I say they lost their shit within like the anti-Russian establishment of the United States, but like it's one of those things where you don't like the people within the establishment and they're all like very gun-ho pro Navalny. So like almost your first instinct is to be like, well, maybe Navalny isn't like the guy to be propping up. Maybe, you know, maybe he's not a good guy. But at the same time, like you're looking at who he's opposing,
yeah,
and you're just like, actually, no, Navalny isn't that bad of a guy. But like, I still, it's one of those things. It's like not. Look, I wouldn't say like, you know, like like the term, the whole concept of like a guilty pleasure. Like you don't want people to know that you like that thing,
right?
Because like everybody, like if you were to like that thing, then
it's like
it would basically classify you or characterize you as being part of this X group,
right? Like liking the Beatles, who are totally fucking overrated. You just go into it, and then now you're in a group of like all these fucking typical.
Well, no,
millennials who actually
Taylor Swift.
They know what music
is.
It's
just no. It's basically no. The best analogy I can make about it is if you listen to Taylor Swift, okay? If you listen to Taylor Swift,
she has some bangers, especially when you're out working out. I had like 3 or 4 of them right now.
Jay, you're in a cult. You're in a cult.
It was great. Look. The Beatles is great because, you know, you all get together like communists and socialists and you drink and then you go and do a karaoke night with the, you know, Yellow Submarine, or whatever the fuck the song's called.
Yeah, that's actually the name of the song.
I know, and that's how it actually goes too.
I know, we all live in the Yellow Submarine.
Yes.
So, are you saying those are commies?
Yellow, China,
Asian.
Jay,
I feel like if there's a Yellow Submarine, you're the first person on board.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
God, I love the way the Asian fish market smells.
Jesus Christ. So, Jay, are we certain that Navalny? Well, there hasn't really been a story about Navalny and you know any confirmation about like how he died, because we're basically relying on.
He was 47 years old.
We're relying on Russian state television to tell us the story, right?
Right. Well, you know what's really funny about this is that how we're going to question whether or not he was killed by Putin,
right?
But Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah, no, this is exactly. I would argue it's probably the same concept.
Well, I would say it's a little bit more blatant. With
Navalny didn't have an island that we know of.
Well, and also he died in the middle of a courtyard. He didn't die in his cell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just collapsed and died.
All right, so the Russians are known for in their assassinations. They're known for poison.
Yes, poison, and the other one that he really likes is the radiation poisoning too,
which also falls under the
poisoning,
under the purview of poison.
But when I think about poison, I mean like, you know, oh, I made this cocktail for you. It has a little bit of my cum in it, a little bit of poison. Please drink it.
Well, if there are if there are 100 cups of my cum and one of them had poison in it, would you take that risk if 1 out of 100
had poison? Absolutely. But my question for you is, okay, look, there's this one time.
Okay.
All right. I did jerk off and I missed and it hit the wall. And
wait, hold on. Was this in my house?
No, it wasn't in your house. But after a little bit, it hit the wall, and
God.
as it was dripping down, it was taking paint off with it.
So what you're saying is,
like, is that normal?
Jay, you're so reckless with your shots.
I know. I need to be a little bit,
Yeah,
because it could be like fucking acid. I don't even know. It's too much ass eating. I don't know.
It's all that creatine.
Yeah,
it's all that creatine.
It's
all that creatine in your diet. It's just got so much protein it breaks down the fibers of the paint.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I can see that.
And also the fact that I just shoot blanks.
Probably because
I'm wearing a cock ring right now.
That would explain it.
Could be.
I was thinking about the ring around your balls, though.
That's a cock ring.
That's a cock ring?
Yeah, it goes over the shaft and around the balls. So and it clamps on, and it claps tight too. There was one time I thought I burst a blood vessel in it, because there was like a ball around the shaft.
Really?
Yeah. It was pretty bad, but it didn't hurt.
I can't tell if you're actually bullshitting me or not.
I am not bullshitting you at all.
Okay. I mean, your Twitter handle is ass licking, so you want to turn up the fan, by the way?
Oh, is it getting a little hot?
It's getting a little steamy.
It's getting steamy.
It's getting steamy. So Jay, with Navalny right in our rear view, Julian Assange is on the verge of being extradited to the United States, but he faces one last hope, I guess, in the UK court, appealing the extradition order. And the first day of that trial was today, Tuesday. I don't know if you've been able to, if you're paying attention to what was going on.
All I know, all I know is that Julian Assange deserves to rot in prison for his participation and role in Gamergate.
Yes. Thank you. I'm so glad somebody said it.
Right? Because like the whole point of him was leaking, and he leaked
leaking
text messages or something. What was Gamergate all about anyways?
Gamergate was about like sexism in the workplace, and the workplace was like a video game developer company. I don't fucking know. Dude, this is like so.
All I know is that since Gamergate, a lot of the games have been shittier. And I think it's because they tried to force women to actually become game developers. And I don't think it's the calling for women.
Well, just naturally, most games are geared towards young, impressionable boys and young men. And if I meet someone who is a female who likes gaming, you kind of have to vet them a little, because do they like the same games that you do? In most cases, they don't.
No, in most cases they don't. And the thing is like women were never really great at writing stories, writing comedy.
Women, they don't know how to read.
No, and
they don't know how to write.
And I cook better than most women too. Like it's what are they good for?
It's like the lob of like the war.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Except for Damien's mom. Damien's mom is wonderful. And she's like the perfect weight of 337 pounds of just pure fucking flab on your face.
And it's just in fupa.
Actually, it's really funny because she also turns into a futon when she has friends over to be able to go to sleep. No,
I don't know if Damon is watching, but we hope he is.
Inshallah.
So
let me get to just some comments as we get in. But what I wanted to say was like Julian Assange though is held in the UK facing extradition because of certain documents and stories that he leaked and published.
I think it's because the establishment got their fifis hurt.
Honestly, it could be. And you know, people say it's a little bit more nuanced than that, especially when it comes into certain laws and stuff.
Right, because he's like charged with like 17 counts of espionage or some shit like that.
Right. And I honestly think that Julian Assange and also that other guy who's sucking Putin's dick while in Russia right now, Snowden.
Navalny?
No, Navalny. No, Snowden. I think they are complete agents to foreign governments and stuff. But so is Elon Musk, and so is like some of these other people as well.
You think?
And I don't think Julian Assange.
You think Putin
deserves this.
You think this Elon Musk is a Putin simp?
No, he is a China simp.
He is a China simp.
So he is absolutely 100% compromised. Like, you cannot tell me otherwise, especially when he praises China and he talks about China, and he's here talking about free speech while praising China. Like, there's and you can't say, well, you know, he lives in America and blah blah blah. Well, I mean, he's South African too. You know what I mean? Like, and he's critical of South Africa. He's critical of all these other countries and stuff, but he will not say anything against China. And
because he does business with them.
Yes. And a lot of these people who don't criticize China or Putin, but will 100% criticize the United States, are people that I feel like you need to be cautious over, like Tucker Carlson, like David Smith, the libertarian.
Oh yeah.
The libertarian that quote tweeted me because
the ratioed you.
Well, yeah, he has like fucking 500,000 followers.
He does have 500,000. That was
but good for him. If that's how he believes he wins an argument with it, because he likes to try to make these moral arguments on how the United States is less.
Do you remember
moral.
What exactly was it?
I called him a KGB psyop,
Wait,
and he got butthurt. That's exactly what it was over, because he was simping for Putin and for the way Tucker Carlson was reporting on
and
interviewed him and reporting on Russia.
Yeah, the post interview like report.
Yeah, like going to McDonald's and be like, oh, they have chocolate cake. Like, the thing is like, so he goes into just to get into it a little bit. He goes into a grocery store and he pays like $400 for groceries.
Wait,
and he's like, and he's like, this is so cheap. And it's like, it's so cheap because you're a rich fucking American in Russia.
That, and also there was the component of him like sticking a coin in the at the airport, the baggage like carrier, the baggage the baggage trolley, the baggage cart. No, he's like, this is such a novel
cart. What baggage cart? What you're calling a bat? He wasn't in the airport. That was going into the grocery store. But that's how they do it in airports, yes. And he was like, this is such a novel idea. And it's like, this has been around since God knows how fucking long.
Yeah.
And also he's in the nicer spots of Moscow, and they're still doing it with that fucking stuff. And it's just, when you think about it, and how like the average yearly income of a Russian is like $13,000 a year.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
So if he goes and spends $100 on groceries, it is nothing in comparison to somebody who's making $65,000 a year in the United States and spending $250. Yeah, by and large, you're so much better off in the United States.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, like Tucker is just he has the liberty of like being able to say whatever he wants, no matter how like dumb he looks. Yes, because he's got like a massive following.
No, and good for him. And you know what? We need people who are able to have different kind of conversations on different scales.
Like it takes balls to go over to Russia and interview Putin.
No, it does. And to his credit, there were some questions and some things that he pushed back on that I was not expecting. Like especially when Putin was going over Russian whole history, and he's just like, what the fuck does this have anything? Like, he's literally saying that straight to Putin's face, and that is like really, really, really good. But I get his reasoning behind it, and I get why he wants to try and paint America as horrible as it is in comparison to Russia. But the reason why it fails is because it is nowhere near the levels of Russia. It can get there. It really can.
Yeah,
and we can
Russia is a
get
massive
fucked.
country. Russia is a massive, massive country. Why am I saying this? Everybody knows that.
No, everybody knows.
It's by area. It's the largest country in the world.
Yes,
and like Tucker Carlson saw like maybe like less than 0.1% of.
Oh yeah,
even Moscow,
dude. I mean, he's lucky to be in a hotel room that has running fucking plumbing.
And characterizes the whole like country, or at least Moscow, is like, oh, this beautiful, vibrant,
right. And when it comes to the United States, you know, New York, DC, and San Francisco is all what the United States has to offer.
Right, and also like, you know, perception is reality, right? So your perception of a certain place is what you believe to be the reality of, you know, whatever it is that you're looking at. And so all you're seeing are day after day stories of people taking dumps in the middle of a public street,
right,
on the sidewalk, you know, going into Walgreens or CVS and just literally just stealing everything off the shelves, walking out, nobody, you know, and then beating up like Asian ladies, or
I like beating 2 Asian ladies.
Wait, beating 2?
Beating at once.
T-O? Beating 2.
T-W-O. Sorry. Yeah. Yes.
Dose Asian ladies.
14-year-old and 96.
Stop Asian hate. Yellow lives matter.
Yellow lives matter. But it's
posting the yellow square on my Instagram right now.
Right. And it's funny to me that you can't do these moral arguments like saying like, oh, America is no better than Russia, or oh, America is no better than Saudi Arabia.
Like it was kind of interesting when
China.
Like so you remember when Trump did that Super Bowl interview with Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah.
And he was basically saying, or Bill O'Reilly said Putin's a killer, and Trump responded by saying, well, we got lots of killers here, don't we? Like, basically pointing some sort of moral equivalence between whatever Putin has done and whatever we have done, which is interesting to say as president of the United States, you know, considering that like the buck stops with him, and like anyone that is like the U.S. military kills under, you know, Trump's watch, you know, that's a body count towards Trump, right? Like Obama made the argument that he like literally went to Abbottabad, Pakistan, and like shot Osama bin Laden himself.
Yeah, like, if I wanted, like, if I had to choose,
yeah, would you rather?
Which body count would you want? Would you want Putin's body count, or would you want like an Obama body count or a Trump body count? I would say a Trump or an Obama body count is better. Mm-hmm. And I would sleep.
What do you mean better?
Soundly at night.
Wait, with that body count?
It's more, yeah. To me, it's morally acceptable because you're going after terrorists. You're going after communists. Because honestly, I'll kill Guy Guevara, whatever the fuck his name is, like 37 different times. I would go and call for the assassination of President Z. I would go and murder any communist that's out, socialist, like Venezuela, goodbye. Like I would just go. I mean, why are we doing it only to Libya? Let's go to fucking Venezuela and do it too. I mean, we did it to dictators. I mean, Saddam Hussein, for instance, is a morally righteous kill. Libya, whatever the fuck his name is a morally righteous kill.
All in the name of freedom, right, Jay?
All and oil and
liberating every place. This is
every place. Gaza, Gaza. What's happening in Gaza right now is morally righteous in order to eradicate Hamas, especially if you are on the side of, you know, the
peace-loving people,
the righteous. I mean, there's no other way to really go in and say it. Like Putin is going out and like throwing people in jail, killing opposition leaders, doing all that kind of stuff. And there are people who try to say like January 6ers are equivalent to what Putin does to opposition people. Or
wait, there are people who say that?
Trump himself says it. Trump himself said that the $350 million the $350 million ruling that he has to pay is exactly equivalent.
It's his January 6th.
It's his Navalny. No, it's his Navalny. That's exactly what he said. Exactly what he said.
So he's basically I see. So Trump is making himself out to be Navalny, right? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if we had producers who weren't, on Tinder right now.
I thought it was Grindr.
A huge amount of your time has been spent in court, in the courtroom in New York and so forth. Now, in this New York civil fraud case, this Judge Arthur Engeron ruled against you for almost $500 million plus interest that runs every day. When I first read this, like $87,000 a day. How will you put up that kind of money? Because you have a bond to put up. Even if you appeal, you got to put up escrow money. That's it's a lot of dough.
It is a form of Navalny. It is a form of communism or fascism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw he said it was a form of Navalny.
Amazing.
It's wonderful. I like it because the over exaggeration, the people eat it up. People eat it up. They bring it and then they say it's the exact moral equivalence to whatever you see happening with other leaders in the rest of the world. And then you have people like David Smith and all that kind of dumb fuck bullshit libertarians who come in and try to push that too.
God, this whole thing is so topsy-turvy to me. I just like everybody is so in the weeds on this shit. And I've taken a pretty big step back just in general in the last few months, just because if I stayed in it, I probably wouldn't be able to take care of a 4-month-old. But
right,
basically, it's a little crazy out there.
No, it is. And look, don't misconstrue me saying these type of things as not saying that he isn't being politically attacked, as saying that he is not being targeted as a political opposition. Like these are things that are happening, and they're happening within the laws that they're trying to push. And other people, they wouldn't go for it this hard under the same circumstances.
I would love it if Trump just like went up there and said, "Oh, they're attacking me because my daughter's a Jew."
Dude, that would be epic. If he went there and did it like that, it would be fucking epic. It is good. And Bulldozer, you're correct. It is character and political assassination that they're trying to do with Trump. Absolutely. And how they
they've assassinated his character since he announced he was running for president back in 2015.
Right. And you know what else they try to do?
What?
Like in so many different ways, they attacked him in one of the most important ways, and that is free speech. By taking him out of YouTube, taking him off of Twitter, taking him off of all certain platforms across the board, right after he became, and that was the president of the United States.
He's still president when that happened.
Yes. So what we're trying to get at right now is that it is an absolute critical time here in the United States with one of our most fundamental rights being attacked.
Right.
Which is free speech.
Free speech. Yeah.
Which is why we're very, very excited and proud to announce that Rumble has partnered with 1775 Coffee Co. to help protect this fundamental right.
That's right. Well, I mean, and also the fact that it's actually a really good coffee, but I would say that the fact that it's like a double-edged sword right there. Well, not double-edged sword. It's a two-pronged attack.
Yeah.
You get your coffee, you get more regular in your GI tract, so you can lighten up and you can basically defend everyone's freedom of speech.
Right. And it's very special that they've taken the initiative to do this, because it takes away the middleman, basically, that Rumble isn't going to be worried about, like, if they did Nestle instant coffee, or if they did Starbucks.
Right. Nestle has
beans.
its hands in it's like one of 6 mass producers of goods that has its hands in everything. It's probably part of that corporate
Right.
Establishment that pushes this DEI bullshit.
Exactly right. So this allows, for creators like us, and also for Rumble, to continually have a platform to allow different kind of free speech to be said, and with us not being afraid at all to say things like "eat an Asian ass," "stop Asian hate."
We can say both in the same sentence too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, because some people might think eating Asian ass is considered a form of Asian hate. No, it's a form of Asian hate. Oh shit. So with 1775 Coffee Company, we hope that you actually choose it by going to 1775coffee.com/Coffee Bros and use the promo code Coffee Bros at checkout for 10% off on your first order. Jay, you want to hit me with that?
Hold on. I'm
You
trying.
didn't have the fucking script in front of you, didn't you?
No. It's not about the script. I'm trying, because we don't have actual producers here. I'm actually trying to bring it up for everybody as well, so they can see it. We actually have had the dark roast here.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely delicious. I even made tiramisu out of it as well, and it was a banger.
Tiramisu. That actually sounds like the name of a person.
Yes.
Tiramisu.
And what's really great about 1775 as well is that they actually do a monthly subscription.
Right.
So you don't even have to worry about it. It goes straight from the fields of Bolivia, ethically picked. I don't even think they have black people in Bolivia for them to be slaves, to be honest. So it's very ethically picked for everybody. And it goes straight to your door, so you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And it comes in every 2 weeks. So if you're a heavy coffee drinker like we are, you're pretty much set. I mean, we're almost finished with our dark roast bag, and we're about to get another one in the next couple of days.
Yeah, the dark roast bag is lit. We have to try the medium roast as well, but dark roast.
We haven't tried that one yet at all.
So go to 1775coffee.com/Coffee Bros and use Coffee Bros for 10% off at checkout. And when you opt in on a subscription that's less than 70 cents per cup of coffee, Jay, that's basically 69 cents.
It's basically 69 cents.
It's basically 69 cents. That's 1775 coffee, brewed to perfection, crafted with revolution, but not the commie revolution.
No.
The American Revolution.
The American Revolution.
Freedom. It's kind of crazy how all these commies are out here. By the way, I don't know if people actually thought about what a world would look like under if the United States was a communist state. It's moving in that direction, right? They're definitely pulling the levers to make it more socialist, making more communist.
Right.
But what if they made it Cold War Russia level of communism? What would that look like?
Well, first of all, you and I would be killed. Absolutely.
Inshallah.
There would be re-education camps everywhere. And the thing is there's already re-education camps happening right now within schools and within colleges, where they completely brainwash you to hating your country. You go into these schools, and that's the re-education aspect of it. It's already happening to us in a very open, in your face way right now. Everybody knows teachers hate this country, and they teach your kids to hate this country.
It's not just about universities. What's interesting, because I've often wrestled with this idea of you should be allowed to teach history as accurate as you possibly can. Unfortunately, history is told by the victors, and so there's really no if you're going to get a full picture, you're never, at least in government run schools, you're never going to get the full picture.
Dude, they're changing it.
What they've done in particular, though, is they've they pulled a 180.
Yeah.
And it went from instead of being very pro-American, it's gone to being very anti-American, to the point where it's actual disdain for the country that people live in.
Yes.
To the point that people don't even want to be in this country.
That's why, I mean, the cliche of your kid going to university and hating you isn't a cliche anymore. Like, this is, I mean, it is exactly what to expect when your kid goes to college, especially if you come from a conservative household or you come from a household that is religious. Like, these two aspects of it, they're going to come back resenting you because of the hate that they have been told in their brains to hate religion and to hate this
family.
Country. And to hate family.
I think one of the crazy things that people don't think about as much, I think there are some people who have talked about it, is the attack on the family.
Yes.
On the traditional family. They've basically normalized this concept of, or at least they've normalized this campaign of, well, first of all, they don't want you to have babies, so they've been very pro-abortion. They don't want to have traditional, gender roles, so they basically push the LGBTQ agenda, as well as whatever this fourth wave of feminism is. Is it a fourth wave, fifth wave? I don't fucking know anymore.
It's cult. That's all it is now. It's cult.
But at the same time, you have these people who are saying that they want, equal rights in society. And they use the term equity all the time, and I don't think half of them actually know what they mean when they say the word equity. But they only seem to want to. It's not a matter of just being equal. They want to oppress basically everybody who is not them, or who opposes them.
That's where you can see it happening as well, and it goes to the way that they're trying to destroy families too. Is they even tell kids that it's okay to have a secret between your teacher and you outside of your parents when it comes to your gender and being gay or being out or whatever in the terms of,
which is insane, because most people, most parents would call the cops if they found that out.
Oh, dude, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. Can you imagine with your child right now if something like that happened?
Oh yeah.
If they come back from
they'd
third
have to
grade,
throw me in prison.
Right. For getting your ass kicked by the teacher.
Exactly. Yeah, we know that's actually how it would go down. Shit. I end up picking a fight with like the most unassuming, like, 4'11" teacher who happens to be like a third-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu and just like breaks my arm.
Yeah, like
gives me like a testicular contusion.
No, I can see it happening where you have like there's a line of teachers like the vice president. There's principal who's like 78-year-old, like 3'6" woman, and then your child's homeroom teacher is a 6'4", jacked ex NFL player, and
Navy
you're like,
SEAL. Navy SEAL. Even worse.
And instead of like running right up to the guy, you just beat the shit out of the 76-year-old vice president. I
can see that happening too. Let's be honest. That's definitely how I would play it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's shit's going to hell. Homeschool your kids, and when you have school board meetings, go and vote in them. They are very important. I mean, it's exactly the type of shit that they are discussing that is going to change your child's life. We're the only country. We are literally the only country where it is acceptable in classrooms to shit on your country. We're the only country that has that and tolerates allowing other flags be flown in classrooms.
Well, hold on. But look, I think it's acceptable to be critical of your own country.
Yes. Critical. Yes. Critical.
When you
absolutely.
where do you mark the distinction? What's the distinction between critical of your country versus shitting on it?
Like pretending Russia or China are better examples of a country, or pretending the United States is still so evil because of slavery, while pretending Africa and everywhere else didn't have slavery. It's all these different kind of things.
So Mia Khalifa tweeted out, on my way to North Korea to learn and see with my own eyes. Jarvis, friend of the show, Jarvis says, "I'm so happy to hear this report back on your findings, Queen." Wait, Mia Khalifa is actually going to North Korea. Do you think she's going to meet with Kim Jong Un? Do you think Kim Jong Un would welcome Mia Khalifa and be like, "I've nutted to you so many times I can't even remember"?
He's gonna come up and be like, "Oh shit, your breath does smell like cum." Look, I mean, imagine thinking like we need to hear from somebody like Mia Khalifa, and it's so funny because she posted ridiculous. she
even just
she
us
had a
poke
poke
her is like more than enough though.
I know it is, but like listen to how fucking retarded and morally like lost these people are. So Mia Khalifa was crying on a podcast because a guy went up to her and be like, "Oh shit, you're Mia Khalifa. Can I take a picture?" And she's like, "Dude, I'm eating here." And then his girlfriend said, "Oh, I told you that's not Mia Khalifa. I can't smell the cum on her breath." And then she started crying. And then like 2 days later, she posts like a half naked picture of herself on social media. And it's like, bitch. And she was crying about it because she's like, this is what I was doing 10 years ago and they still haven't forgotten about it. It's like, you haven't forgotten about it. Yeah. You still post these fucking horse shit and thirst traps and shit that comes on. And at the end of the day, you chose that lifestyle. You fucking did
Ho's gonna hoe.
And also, she's really not that fucking hot. Her nose is fucking disgusting.
I like how you focus on the nose.
A nose can like make or break your fist when you fucking punch him in the face.
And which Jay condones domestic violence. So there's a lot of
1775.
Oh man, are you sure anyone else wants to sponsor us? Jay,
I thought that was a great ad read.
Yes, that was good. That was organic, much like their coffee.
Yes.
Jay, there's a new development in this Kansas City shooting that happened at the Chiefs Pride Parade. I'm sorry, the Super Bowl parade. Basically the same thing, right?
Yes.
So what's the latest development on that?
So for people who don't know, at the end of the Chiefs Pride Parade,
right? Pride Parade.
There was a shooting that happened that ended up killing a person and wounding 22 others.
Wait, in what scenario?
And it's so insane that it's not that big of a fucking story in comparison
to what?
To like a school shooting or something else that happened.
Well, hold on. It's gotten a lot of play within the sports world, I feel, but in terms of like national news,
nothing. Especially because it was it's like a footnote. It's like a Chicago weekend shooting.
Yeah.
And it was given routine. The same attention because the shooters were black.
And
18
also,
and 22-year-old.
Also, hold on. How many people were talking about gun control after it?
Oh no, there were some people. There were some. I mean, Adam Chef, whatever the fuck.
Adam Schefter.
Yeah, over at ESPN.
And was he calling for gun control?
Yeah, he was calling for gun control and stuff like that too. Which is
these sports types try to dive into politics.
I know, it's fucking retarded.
Like they know what they're talking about.
They don't know shit. But and they barely know shit when it comes to sports too. I mean,
Jay,
like holy fuck.
I mean, we also don't know shit, but like we admit that we don't know shit.
This is very, very true.
It is.
But and
Coulter.
And Coulter was on Bill Maher with Van Jones. This is a fantastic clip.
All right, we gotta watch this.
And what happened? Well, let's put the clip on.
I mean, we don't know who did this shooting, by the way, the Super Bowl shooting.
We have some idea.
What?
If it were a white man shooting, we'd know.
Well, we don't know, but they haven't.
That's how we know it's not a white man. I can tell you that much.
Do you think they were repressing that reporting?
They wouldn't tell us about the transgender woman that shot up the Christian school for what, like a year? San Bernardino out here. Remember the crazy terrorist Muslims? That's when I first noticed, they're not telling us who it is. It's not a white male. The longer they go without telling you, it's not a white male.
Okay, well, for this one, for right now, as of Friday night, February 16th.
We know.
We don't officially know. Okay, you know, you have special powers. But
you can see
we don't know.
in Van Jones' face that he knows what she's saying is true.
So fucking funny because this is the second time that Ann Coulter has been laughed at on Bill Maher's show, and she turned out to be absolutely right.
I know.
The first time,
so wild.
First time someone asked her, and Joy Reid was on that show. I remember that because she was like, "What?" And basically, someone asked, I think the question was, "Who of this field of candidates is 2016 or 2015? Who of these candidates do you think has the most potential to become president?" She said, "At this point in the race, Donald Trump," and everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
Fucking,
and like they laughed at her so hard, and then what ended up happening? Trump became the fucking president. Just like this turned out to be right. Ann Coulter. It's funny because people still want to hate on Ann Coulter.
Yep.
And look, I don't know her personally.
No.
I think it's interesting.
I think she fucked Bill Maher. Weren't they a thing? Didn't Bill Maher and Ann Coulter fuck? I think they fucked. I think they fucked. I think that happened.
Well, maybe we should invite Ann Coulter onto the show ourselves and ask her ourselves.
Ann Coulter, did you fuck Bill Maher? Because we both know in that type of like relationship, you would be doing the fucking, not the other way around.
The pegging.
No, the fucking. A woman can fuck you. I mean, that's how you had a baby.
Oh god! All right, so what is this? TMZ. We have a heated exchange. So this is what the shooting was.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a teens facing off in heated exchange. So they were teenagers.
No, one was 20, the other one was 18. They're not teenagers. And also, even if they were 16 years old,
18-year-old is obviously a teenager.
No, I'm sorry. If you're gonna go out there with a gun and gangbang and shit, you're not a teenager.
They're both adults, but like at this point, fine, whatever. Either way.
I don't like to use the phrase like as a teenager just because of what they were doing.
It fantasizes them.
Right. And they know, and they're out there gangbanging and all that kind of shit. And if you don't want to try him as an adult, okay, get his father.
I actually think I might be able to
get his father and get his mother. And put him and also put them in jail. Put him in juvenile whatever. But his mother and his father have to be tried as adults and be put in jail. Somebody has to be held responsible. If you're not going to hold a child responsible for his actions on like murdering a person and shooting 22 other people, then take his parents.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about the possibility that we can get Ann Coulter on the show.
Yeah, honestly, that would be fun.
Actually, I think that
would be fun.
I think we can do it.
We can.
I think it could happen.
I mean, we've had like Ben Shapiro on the show. We've had Glenn Greenwald on the show. We've had some pretty good.
We had some good guests.
Yeah, I think we can get Ann Coulter, and then I'll ask her like, did Bill Maher eat her ass, or was it the other way around? I will answer these questions.
We need to come up with some would you rathers for her though.
Yes, and you need like Habibi's tag her and tag her and tag her and tag her and tag her. So I mean, like with like a would you rather, I have some pretty good ones for you too.
I'm terrified.
So it's let's say, look,
I feel like this deserves its own segment.
Listen.
I'm scared.
All right, here we go. So your mother and Emily switch bodies.
No.
And the only way to switch them back and save their lives is to sleep with one of them. So would you rather sleep with your Emily and your mother's body, or your mother and Emily's body to save them?
Oh god.
It's very serious. I mean, this is a pretty important decision.
Honestly, Jay,
this is a pretty important decision.
I'm okay with them just both being in their new bodies for the rest of their lives.
No. They die after a while. Like this is also to save their lives.
Oh, okay. I'm preparing their funerals.
What? That's me as a child. Why are you bringing this up?
This is our producer over here.
That is me eating cake even at a young age.
He's got that one. Eating cake. I love how Bart is like, this is disgusting, and he's the one sending you these fucking would you rather. I can see him. I could see him on my screen. Actually, on your screen.
So you got to answer, and then you can ask me another question. But I mean, this one you have to ask this. You have to answer it.
Well, Jay, obviously I have to have. Obviously it has to be Emily's body, right?
So your mom's gonna know your stroke game.
Well, not if I close my eyes.
Your mom's the one in the bot. Wait.
What?
You think if you close your eyes, the other person's not going to experience what's happening? Is that how you do it? Like you just close your eyes and be like, "Oh God, I hope she likes it. No, she's gonna love this," and it's like 30 seconds in.
Jay, I want you to leave this house and never return again.
All
Okay,
right, we got it.
we do.
Yes,
What is it?
you would sleep with your mother in your wife's body. Like that's what's gonna happen. That's what you would do. And honestly, I think everyone else would do the same thing, and then never talk to your mother again for the rest of your life.
That's that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
That's. I mean. Hey, if
She's alive.
If I
She's
had
alive.
to do that,
I gave her the gift of life.
so like
So we're even.
right. So like it's the same thing. Like imagine like
Yeah.
do I fuck my mother with you in her body, or do I fuck you with my mother in your body, and do the same thing, and then I'll just never speak to my mom again.
Well, Mary is inside me right now.
Not after tonight.
Anyways, I really, really hate that we started doing these segments of Would You Rather. There's
Okay,
honestly,
well here, would you
have
rather
you have another one?
yeah,
Great.
would you rather suck one dick for 365 days or suck 365 dicks in one day?
Are there enough minutes in a day? Like you have to be like to get 365 to hit 365 in a single day. Obviously, one a day. You can't do 365 in a single day.
You said one a day?
Yeah, for a year.
Yeah, I mean, look, one day is 1,000.
At least.
No, look.
at
One
least-
day is 1,440 minutes. Okay.
Okay,
So then hold on, let me get this out here.
Jay,
Hold on.
you need
Look.
time.
Hold on.
You need time for your throat to recover.
Divided by 365. All right. That's 4 minutes per dick.
There's
4 minutes per dick.
no way.
How long do you last?
Well, it's not about me and how long I last. I'm the one sucking the dick.
Okay. Let's give it.
And let's
give you an out and just say every dick lasts as long as you do.
Okay, then I'd be done in an hour.
Okay, there you go.
All right. I just had to blow on it.
You just go whisper to it.
Yeah. Man.
We're learning so much about you. See, the Habibis love these would you rather because we get to know the true Siraj. Like what makes you tick and why you would fuck your mother in Emily's body. Like it's great. We get to know the real you.
What if I didn't know that they switch bodies? Would that make it any better?
Oh God.
Anyways,
No, this is great.
this is just
great.
This is just the hoot and holler. Jay, this past weekend was President's Day weekend. It's President's Day on Monday.
Yes.
And they actually 154 members of the American Political Science Association released their latest presidential ratings for the living presidents include Jimmy Carter at 22nd, Bill Clinton at number 12, George W. Bush at 32. I'm sorry. Yeah, George W. Bush at 32. I forgot that the HW died. Obama, 7.
7th.
Biden, 14. Trump, 45.
14.
So
14. Why 4? I mean, the amount, it's so amazing to me.
Jay,
these things come out like this.
Biden's at 14 because that is the oldest. That's the age where he can't go above.
Yeah, that's the oldest kid that he'll
oldest kid that he'll sniff
is 14.
So Lincoln is ranked number
Molest.
1. That makes sense.
FDR
number 2. What?
And Washington number 3. That makes no sense either. I mean, look.
Wait,
It
hold on.
needs to be-
Wait, hold on. Why do you say Washington number 3? No, makes no sense. Is it too high or too low?
Too low.
Oh, okay.
He needs to be number 1.
Yeah.
Washington is number 1. They have Roosevelt at number 4. They got Truman number 6.
Yeah, get FDR the fuck out of there.
Look, Truman needs to be the second, especially after bombing Japan twice. I mean, like, holy shit, how the fuck does that not get you second
Honestly,
place?
yeah, if you're Truman, look, if there wasn't any Truman, we would never get hentai.
That is absolutely right.
So
And you know what? Kennedy deserves to be a little higher because Kennedy is the reason why the norms in the White House and the stature of the president of the United States was so deteriorated in terms of like being able to be promiscuous and fucking whoever the fuck he wanted and all that kind of shit.
He gave his head to get some head. If you think about it.
Honestly, yeah. I mean to get head from what's her name? Maybe I would.
Marilyn.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe. Maybe I'll take a bullet's head. You know she took it up the ass too. 100%. 100%.
Did you ever see that Marilyn Monroe biopic?
No, but I watched the parody.
The one on Pornhub?
Yeah, the anal one. That's how I know she likes anal.
And
it's
the
so
fact
funny
that they put
that-
Trump at 45, dead last.
0 wars,
0 wars.
Abrahamic Accords, had
Did they think they
had
put-
a booming economy.
Do you think they put him at 45 because of COVID though?
No, they put them at 45 because they're
They fucking
Harvard,
did.
Yale, like garbage people. That's what I'm saying about like these institutions creating absolute garbage into society. And that's the only reason why they put them in 45 because, you know, they're journalist buddies and
Yeah.
they're fucking elitist pieces of garbage and stuff. Look, to me, he could be in the top 20 like Trump because of not having any real scandals. Not, because when you look at it, the scandals are all manufactured.
Yeah, I was just about to say every scandal that surrounded him has been manufactured. In terms of like any scandal that legitimately threatened his presidency, like what they're gonna impeach him over a fucking phone call.
Threatened
A phone call.
any that threatened lives, like actual lives. There hasn't been any of it that's really threatened lives. Like it's fucking insane.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely batshit crazy. No, I don't. I'm actually surprised they put Reagan as high as they did, considering how much like, you know, it sounds like these political scientists hate Trump. Like, I wouldn't say that Trump and Reagan are exactly the same, but in many ways, Reagan was treated.
They have Reagan the 16th.
Yeah, 16.
The absolute fuck. I mean, they have Biden above Reagan.
That's crazy right there.
That
And
is
they have
fucking nuts.
They
And
have Woodrow
Clinton
Wilson at 15. He is the worst president.
is
Wilson.
the fuck. Look, and also like George Bush doesn't deserve to be in 32. I don't give a fuck what people think and say. The Iraqis deserved it.
That's the Lebanese in you talking.
Absolutely. But
But they ranked what's his name? Buchanan over Trump. They ranked what's his name? Is it I'm thinking, is it Zachary? Who was the president who died like 33 days in office? Was that Taylor
Swift?
Yes, Taylor Swift died 33 days after becoming president. I can't remember. It's one of the bottom 10.
One of the bottom 10.
Andrew Jackson's at 21. Yeah, this very, very bizarre list. Yeah, don't take these rankings like most of these people are smoking crack.
They are.
Yeah.
This whole thing is fucking bullshit. Anything that has to do with academic stuff.
William Henry Harrison at 41. That's who it was. Thank you, Rory. Rory says William Henry Harrison was the president who died basically 33
days into it.
Office.
Fucking retarded. These people are retarded, and you can see that they're elitist bullshit pieces of.
They put Nixon at 35, which is insane. I mean, I would put Nixon higher.
Oh, for sure.
He got us out of Vietnam.
Yeah,
and he what's it called? He I'm blanking on it. He was like one of the few presidents who actually. He called it the silent majority, I think. I think he actually, like, for the most part, listened to the people. And he actually gave the Vietnam protesters what they wanted, which was to get us out of Vietnam. Right. He did that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't get credit for it. Where he's faulted, obviously Watergate, that's neither here nor there. That's obviously the main thing that will always cloud his presidency. But I think what really fucked him up, what really hurts him on the ranking, normalization of ties with China and EPA.
But those are not things that hurt him in this ranking. That's what
I know. I'm saying in our ranking.
Yes.
So
no, I'm with you on that. And I mean, what we're seeing happening right now is like a billion times worse than Watergate. The type of shit that's going on.
Oh yeah, and the fact that they're just doing it in plain sight, just like it's not even about like what they're doing. What they're doing is out in the open, and they're doing it because they know they can get away with it.
Right, and every journalist that likes to whine about Watergate can go fuck themselves when they're seeing what is exactly happening here. But we can go ahead and go into our favorite segment, which is the oh hell yeah segment.
Fuck yeah.
And I got some videos for us to queue up right now.
Hell yeah.
So I got some videos, Spencer. Don't worry about it. I'll get these up.
One other thing before we get to oh hell yeah. Your Javier Milei.
Oh yes.
Argentinian president. It was actually reported by Visegrad that Milei has fulfilled another campaign promise of his, that they've achieved the balanced budget in January for the first time in over a decade. And it was done by cutting many agency budgets by over 50% in real terms. That is insane. Imagine if that happened here in the US.
Dude, people would go nuts.
I wish
we could have that over here. I mean, if we got rid of like 75% of these useless garbage federal agencies, we would be there. I mean, if we got rid of the Department of Education because it's garbage, it is
I mean, you get rid of the EPA.
Yeah, but it's demonstratively harmful to the public instead of actually being a public good. It is we have lost reading comprehension. We have lost mathematical skills. We have lost.
That's just because we're not using That's just because we're not using woke kindergarten. Okay.
Oh, that's right. You're 100% right.
Essentially.
And essential. Oh, I'm done with
I only have water. Chewing that ice. All right, let's see what we got for our first oh hell yeah video.
So here's our first oh hell yeah video.
Make sure you're sharing that audio.
Here we go.
I don't think you are. You didn't share system audio.
No, I shared the whole window.
You didn't? No,
I shared the whole screen. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to share the system audio, Jay.
That you were absolutely right. But I thought
Absolutely
sharing entire screen.
Boom, there you go.
I forgot that you had to do that too.
Wow.
I know.
So
who was in Paris?
Oh God.
दूर तक निगाहों में है गुल निगाह
Nigga.
And we're going to hell.
And we figured out who was in Paris.
That was quick. Thank you.
So you know that feeling when you walk alone in the streets, but you're scared that someone is following you behind. So you always like look behind you, but then you remember that you're actually the psychopath. No?
Well, the thing I love about French women is the fact that they don't shower enough that when you do eat their ass, it tastes like blue cheese. It's got that funk in it.
What an image.
It's delicious. Well, it's an acquired taste after a while. Absolutely.
So is that why they say the French food is the best?
That aged butter.
What else we got? Ooh. What?
Hey, boy. What, lad? That's illegal, lad. What, lad? Pissing out tea? No, a man holding a child's cock.
It's the best method to remove fat from any soup or broth that you've made. Look at that. You stick a piece of ice in and it sticks right to it. You can peel it right off. It's insane. And I know what you're thinking. I wish I could just stick ice in my body and get all the fat out. I've tried it. Please do not stick ice in your ass.
All right, here we go. Last one.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here. You need Jesus, ma'am. He can save you. He can give you a new heart. God can give you a new heart so that you love what God loves. No, that's irrational.
I feel like we're missing one. Did the NYPD do something? I feel like the NYPD made the news recently.
Yes, NYPD did make the news recently.
What did the NYPD do, Jay?
Let me get it. There it is.
Oh, they formed a fucking dance team. Look at that. Absolutely.
I feel so safe.
You know, the NYPD PR department, give them a fucking raise.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
100%. Like this is. I am so glad we gave women rights.
Allowed them the right to vote.
Giving women rights is exactly
women's suffrage. They didn't suffer enough.
Right.
They really needed to. They honestly, I can't knock this because Jay, let's be honest. If we had the NYPD under our thumb, we would totally make them form a dance team as well.
Absolutely. But you know what's the only presidential list that we should be reading and sharing is the one from Flapper.net. Flapper.net.
Flapper.net. What did Flapper.net do?
So Flapper.net had the top 5 presidential nicknames.
Oh shit, nicknames. Okay.
That came out recently. And people who are not subscribed to this newsletter, please go and subscribe. There's some really hard-hitting scientific facts, especially when it comes to women's breasts and asses and how it affects you in your daily life. It is very important.
It's a dopamine boost.
Absolutely. So here we go. So the top 5 presidential nicknames. First, number 5 comes in Slick Willie.
I can't believe you almost said Sick Willie.
Slick Willie. God. Originally coined by the Arkansas Democrat what is that? Gazette.
They're bombing Gazette.
Paul Greenberg, of course. There is no better way to describe a man whose name is Bill, who's renowned for his ability to slip out of trouble and who is renowned for his inability to not slip it into trouble. It means his dick. He put his dick in any wormhole he could find. That was insinuation in case you couldn't figure that out. Slick Willie is one of those nicknames that would have been used by the common man, even if it hadn't been widely adopted by the media at the time. And this is, of course, his famous meme that came out where he's looking at
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
All right, so
number 4,
Old Hickory. You don't have to read all these, Jay. It's going to take us forever.
Yes, that was for.
We just needed to know Slick Willie. Okay.
Well,
let's just read the rest. But don't read the.
No. I won't. I will say who it's for. So Old Hickory is for Andrew Jackson.
Okay.
Tricky Dick.
Great name.
Great name.
One of the better presidential nicknames.
Right, for Richard Nixon.
I'm scared to see what the top 2 are.
Number 2 is the Gipper.
Okay.
For Ronald Reagan.
That's a good one.
That is a very good one.
It's a good one. I don't know if it's better than Tricky Dick, but it's a good one.
It was. And then the number 1 goes to the Sage of Monticello.
Say that again, Jay.
Monticello. Monticello. Monticello.
Do you want me to say anything? I don't have to say anything.
No, it's Monticello. That's how you fucking pronounce the way it's fucking spelled. Monticello.
All right, I'm just gonna leave this one.
All right, and that's for Thomas Jefferson.
By the way, before we go, because it's been 69 minutes, and we want to leave you with a nice thought before you go home and cuddle up. Nikki Haley is now opening her OnlyFans.
Let's go.
And she is down to 12 fellas, and she's got one left to go. Dude who tweets at Pandejo tweets out Nikki Haley screenshot my pussy in bio.
Yeah, for people who haven't been on X or Twitter, it's there's every other fucking post I make right now. It's like my ass in bio, my pussy in bio.
Honestly, the site is becoming unusable. It's either crypto bots or my pussy in bio bots.
Right.
It's never anything else. It almost makes me never want to use the site again. But yes, all that happens on that website, Jay, is people just call me gay, and I just retweet it because it's funny and it's funny to me. So, anything we missed, Jay? I feel like we caught everything.
I think we're good.
Yeah. So, Habibis, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We'll be back on Thursday, 9 p.m. East-ish.
It's always ish.
It's always ish. We got one more week left of February, so that means the list is coming up upon us.
It's coming, sir.
It's coming, sir. So yes. So Habibis, hit that like, that thumbs up, that follow, the join button. Hit us up on our locals where you can join the non-poor stream, which is happening concurrently at the same time as the normal Rumble stream.
And you can join your fellow hell divers in the fight for democracy.
Once Jay and I finally figure out how to actually get on the servers of Helldivers 2, that's going to be a stream that I'm sure the Habibis don't want to miss. The Jahannam divers.
Jahannam divers.
Jahannam divers.
I named my ship the Martyr of Democracy because they didn't have jihadi.
Yeah, martyr. That's good though.
Martyr.
That's beautiful.
Same thing.
Yeah. And mine will be like the modern of like, sanity. Or did it have that? No. What? It's like the martyr of being prompt and on time. That's me.
That is you.
That is me. As
it's 100%. I mean, I'll be out there fighting against the horde, and you come in.
Show up 20 minutes after you've been killed, being like, "Hey, where'd everybody go?
What's going on? Oh, all I got to do is press this one button, and the mission is accomplished."
Nuke, just straight up nuke. All right, Habibis. I've been Siraj Hashmi.
I've been Mujahed Kobbe.
We'll see you next time with BBR Power Hour. Peace and mess it up.